All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our weekly Monday Night Huddle. I'm Amber Ike, and I'm so excited that you were able to jump on live. Hang on one second. So I have a few announcements I want to get through as quickly as possible, so I'm not taking the whole time with announcements. But there is a new ambassador training this Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's via Zoom format. So a great time to encourage your new ambassadors to get on and learn the basics. It's about 30 minutes, so really quick. And then next book club, we are starting a brand new book club in April, and we are reading Go Pro by Eric Worre. Raise your hand if you have this book. This is one of the books that like everyone recommends you read when you get started with network marketing. So a lot of us have probably already read it. I read it when I first got started with Plexus, and I actually had to order another copy because I think I loaned mine to somebody and I have no idea where it is. So I'm excited to dig deep into it again. Really great tips and just basics that you're going to use the rest of your career with Plexus. So that starts next Monday. It's at 8 p.m. and we're going to go over chapters 1 through 3. So I hope to see a lot of faces on there. We are also finishing that 100 contacts list. So I challenged you guys last week to reach out to 100 people before the end of the month. And so far, Whitney Britt has submitted her 100 reach outs. A free bag of Slim is up for grabs. So those of you that want a free bag of Slim, reach out to 100 people. It doesn't have to only be about Plexus. You can just be building relationships, but the goal is just to be in communication with 100 people. You still have like 4 more days. That's totally doable. Once you're done with that, just share your screenshot of your picture on that post on JTD. We have our, hang on a second. We have our 3-day group is starting tomorrow, and I just checked, and I think there's 188 people in the group already, which is really exciting. My goal was 200, so I think we'll probably hit that by tomorrow easily. And the 3-day party, for those of you who haven't been in it, it's just full of information about our products and our company. We're going to have some of us going live in there and sharing our stories and how these products have helped us. So this is a great chance to get your friends and family to learn more. It's not too late to add people, you guys, so make sure you are adding people. And those of you who do have guests in there, make sure you're interacting and commenting. And the more interactive it is, the more fun it is. And the more fun it is, obviously, the more interest people have in what we're doing. What else? Okay, Journeys 101 begins this Sunday. We kick off this coming Sunday, April 2nd. And this is a 4-week challenge group for those of you who are ready to take it up a notch and really invest in yourself in order to grow your business. So I'm going to be creating that group probably tomorrow, and then I'll start adding people this week. So if you've already been through it, think about who on your team you want to reach out to and encourage to join the group. And let's see what else. Casey made a convention 2017 page for us where we can share, where we're staying and all that good stuff. So if you are going to convention and haven't been added to that group page, let me know and we'll make sure to get you added. That way we can all be communicating and use that for convention. And then also I have so many announcements, sorry. And then also we have a 7-day Slim challenge group. So we did this a while back and we're going to do another one. So we're going to be doing a 7-day Slim challenge group. This is for your potentials who may be kind of on the fence and not ready to fully invest in a triplex or a welcome pack. The 7-day Slim challenges are great to give people an idea of if they like the taste of Plexus, if they're able to commit to that kind of system, which it's not even a system, it's like mixing up a pink drink and taking it, but showing them how simple it is to be on Plexus. So that is going to be April 10th through 16th. So here's our thought process, guys. People are going to go through the 3-day party, get information. Some people are going to be ready to sign up, and that is awesome. And we want to get them started right with a welcome pack and everything. there's going to be some people who are fence sitters and just aren't ready to spend $100+, right? So those are the people, the fence sitters. Hey, for $25, less than $30, you can try Plexus for a week and then commit, and you can even get your money back on those if you don't like it. So the 7-day challenge group is a great way to get those fence sitters to try Plexus, and we all know that they're going to love it and that they're going to want to commit after that. So that's April 10th through 16th. So guys, we have 4 more days to finish March strong. So that is a lifetime in network marketing. So if you're trying to up your PV, maybe you're still trying to go silver, you still have 4 full days to work your business and reach those goals. So don't quit now. Don't be like, okay, let's just scratch it in April, I'll start over. Finish strong, you guys, and make yourself proud. So tonight we are going to be going over something very basic, but something that I even like need a refresher all the time on, and it's income producing activities. So we say all the time, IPA. What are income producing activities? And I posted a list on our team page this morning, and I'm just going to kind of go over that list and then share a couple tips and ideas. And then I would love to hear from you guys. That's the beauty of these calls, I think, is hearing tips that work for you guys, because what works for me isn't going to work for everyone else. And so I think sometimes you hear it from somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start doing that. So we're going to kind of open it up and make it a little interactive at the end. But you hear this all the time. You can work this business part-time, but not sometimes, right? This does not have to be an 8-hour-a-day job. And thank God, because literally today, I think I had like 45 minutes to even try to work Plexus. Today was crazy. So that is the beauty of what we have, but you have to be consistent. You cannot just work this, Sunday this week, Tuesday next week, Thursday the week after. You really need to be consistent. The cool thing is you get to pick when you work it. You just have to be consistent with it. And honestly, you guys, it doesn't take as much time as you think when you just do it. I don't know why I have to like reteach myself this all the time. Does anyone else like forget? And then once you do it, you're like, why am I making it so much harder than it needs to be? Because the days that I really focus on getting my IPA in earlier than later, it takes me like 45 minutes to do it, and then it's done for the day, and then you feel so accomplished and you move on with your day and do whatever else. The days that I don't put it as a priority, it's like hovering over me, and I'm like, oh, it's so much work. And it's not. It's just I didn't make it a priority and get it done early. Okay, so consistency is key, but come up with a schedule that works for you. So what works for me isn't going to work for everyone, and you really get to pick and choose what works for you. But obviously, part of your IPA is taking our products. We have to be a product of the product. And you would think that would be so straightforward. You guys, I even forget to take my products at times, and that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, this is my life. Plexus, I obviously have another life, like with my family or whatever. Not another life, but that's a part of my life. But I think about Plexus all the time. And I still forget to take my products. You guys, that's ridiculous. Does anyone else forget to take their products, or am I just over here like, okay, I see a couple hands. That is crazy, but that is what we're essentially paid to get healthier and to share that with other people. So that is a part of your income producing activities. So figure out your schedule and what works for you and take your products. Building relationships. You hear it all the time that this is a relationship business. Eli had a field trip today for school, and I was focused on him, but we had a picnic at the park and he's playing football with his friends and whatnot. And so I could have easily been over on my phone answering messages. And instead I was like, let me be intentional and just build relationships with these other moms here. And so just building relationships. I didn't mention Plexus once. I did have a Plexus shirt on, but just growing those relationships is what we're doing, what we're paid to do. And then growing your network, of course, not just building relationships, but adding to your network regularly, growing in your friends list and everything, being intentional about meeting new people. Posting on Facebook daily. This is an easy one, but also it's one that even it's not that I necessarily forget to do it, but there's days where I don't post on Facebook or I don't post about Plexus. It's just one of those things. If you don't make it a priority, it's easy to let the whole day go by and you haven't done anything like that. So posting on Facebook and just staying present on your social media. And obviously you can take a day of rest, don't feel like Sundays or whenever you need to be posting if, you need that time off. Reaching out to people and inviting to events. That's one thing that several of your leaders were excited about, because we're trying to really have not constant, but regular events for you to invite people to. Sometimes it's easier to reach out to somebody when there's something to invite them to. Obviously, there's always ways to reach out if there's not an event coming up, but sometimes it's, okay, we have this 3-day party coming up. That's an easy way for me to reach out to this person I've never talked to about Plexus. Or this friend of mine is on the fence and needs more information. Let me just see if she wants to be added to that Facebook party. So regularly inviting people to those events and reaching out. 3-way chats. This is one that I don't think our team utilizes as much as we should or could, but 3-way chats are huge. And a lot of times we think, well, I've been doing this as long as my upline. Why would I add my prospect to a 3-way chat with so-and-so? There's something to be said about third-party validation. Your friends are your friends for a reason, but when a total stranger tells them something that you've been telling them for a year, something clicks and they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I need to get my gut healthy because blah, blah, blah. Well, Casey's been telling you that forever, but when I tell them that, all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I need to order the products. So 3-way chats are huge. So make sure you are adding your prospects. Sometimes that's all it takes to get somebody off the fence, is that third-party validation. And those are really simple to start. Personal development, you guys. I'm huge on this one. Finding people that fill your cup in terms of training. Bob Heilig is one of my go-tos in the morning. I can watch one of his videos and I know I'm going to get something out of it. Reading personal growth books, not only network marketing books. There's all different ways we can be growing, but making sure that you're being intentional with growing. It's not only going to help you in your business, it's going to help you in your relationships and your outlook in life and everything. Following up. Does anyone else feel like they kind of stink at follow-up? That, I'm being honest, like follow-up is not one of my strengths. It's not a strength. I really don't think I make it as much of a priority as it needs to be. And we say the fortune is in the follow-up. So something I've been doing, just to share a little tip with you guys, I kind of have a list of people who are on the fence, who've told me, yes, I'm going to order and just haven't yet. And so when a special comes up, or for instance, the 3-day party, I sent a voice message to the first girl and I made it very general and generic. I didn't even say her name. I say, hey girl, all the time, so that's normal for me. So I just voice message, hey girl, we're having a 3-day party. My team's having a 3-day party. It's just going to be full of information. I know you're, looking into ordering the products. I can't wait for you to get started. But I think that you'll love the information that we're going to have in this event. Can I add you to the group? So I sent that to her, and then I have my list of people right here. I forwarded that to every single person. I didn't make a whole new voice message, because then it would have taken me 20 minutes to do that. Instead, it took me literally less than 3 minutes to send that to every single person that's on the fence. And then I was able to add a few of them to it. So that's just a little tip that works for me for making follow-up quicker, so I don't put it off. Also, income producing activity is coaching calls. Don't spend all your time doing coaching calls with your team, but coaching calls are huge. Just having that open door with your team and letting them know, hey, let's work on your goals together. Let's problem solve together. Let's dig deep and see what's holding you back. So having those regular coaching calls are huge. And then 3-way calls. When you do get somebody signed up, even if they're just a wholesaler and they said, hey, I will never sell Plexus, get them on a 3-way call with you and your friend that signed you up with Plexus, and just make sure that they know how to take the products. Make sure that they know that you're excited that they join this journey and that you're another person that can help them along the way. Just building that community is huge from the get-go. So 3-way calls or 3-way Zooms are really, really beneficial. And what I've noticed, and I haven't done any statistics on this, but I have noticed a trend that those who have had some sort of welcome call or welcome Zoom, those new ambassadors tend to show up for things from the get-go. They're showing up for huddles. They're showing up for stuff we have going on. They're interacting on the team pages. And we know that that is how people, when they get involved in a community, they're going to stick around longer. Something about adding one other person to the conversation keeps people engaged. And that's something I've noticed. If people don't start showing up for things right out of the gate, typically they're not going to be interested in joining something we're doing 3 months down the road. So let's see. Here's some feedback. It's fun trying to find. Hang on, guys. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, I just think you really need to focus on growing yourself, growing your network, and just being consistent in what you're doing on a regular basis with Plexus. Like I said, find your own schedule. For some people, like I know Tristan, she is a nooks and crannies girl. That is how she builds her business. She is a busy mom, a busy nurse. She has a long commute every day. So she really has it down to an art as to when she does each thing. But that helps her to get it done. You know, she knows on her commute, this is what her time is used for. For me, I am better off at knowing, okay, certain days of the week, I do certain things. Because like I said, follow-up isn't my strength. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not something I want to be doing every day because I don't want to be revisiting that same list. I want to be reaching out to new people. And so following up works better for me when I know I have a certain day set aside for following up. So find that schedule that works for you guys. But those are the main things that you just do them over and over and over again. There is no secret to this other than just doing the work on a daily, regular basis. But I want to open it up to you guys. What tips do you guys have on IPA? Or what questions do you have? I know that there's some newer faces on here. So let's just kind of open it up and share what works for us or what questions you might have. I'm going to check the chat.